We started rescuing potbelly pigs back, it seems like 100 years ago. We incorporated in 2004 when there were just so many animals that didn't have homes, potbelly pigs, that we ended up with a couple of large groups of pigs from rescues. And so we incorporated as a sanctuary simply for all these 50 or so pigs that I ended up with. And now we've expanded to all farm animals because we want people to meet the farm pigs as well as the potbellies because they're all amazing animals and we want people to meet them all. So that's how Rooterville started. So I get at least 3 to 5 calls or emails a week from people asking me to take in their pet pigs for one reason or the other. On a good week, 3 to 5 times a week, I get called in to take pigs. The number one reason people want to get rid of their pet pigs is because they get too big, larger than they were told that they would get or larger than they expected them to get. Somebody ends up with a pair of pigs, and before they know it, they have 100 pigs, and they can't afford to spay and neuter, and nobody will help them. No animal control agency, nobody will help them. We've gotten involved in situations like that, and by the time we get called in, the animals are starving. They're cannibalizing each other. They're cannibalizing babies. It's just horrible situations like that people just don't realize that unless you spay and neuter, you are really asking for trouble. When you can stop a problem when you have 2 pigs and they don't reach out for help until they have 100 pigs, then there's just no excuse for something like that. But it happens, and it's really tragic. We've heard the stories of breeders telling people to only feed their pet pig 1 or 2 tablespoons of food a day, which is insane to starve an animal. But most of the ones that we get are usually overweight, actually, because people can't stop feeding them. They're always hungry and they always want more, so people can't control themselves with the amount of food that they feed their pet pigs. I have seen hundreds, maybe thousands of pigs in my lifetime, and the very smallest I've ever seen is probably 50 or 60 pounds. Several of the pigs that we've rescued, we've been told they were Julianas. They look like potbelly pigs to me. I think people are being told Juliana to make them think they're getting something special. The top reasons that people want to breed the pet pigs is probably because they think they're going to make some money. They see other people selling them for hundreds of dollars, and they think that's a good way to make a quick buck. The craziest thing that I've heard people say that breeders have told them is that a pig would be a good apartment pet. That is a terrible thing. Or that they would make a great house pet. That is very, very bad headspace because pigs make terrible house pets. You can have them live in your house, but if they don't have outside time, you are going to have a very unmanageable animal on your hands, especially in an apartment where there isn't the availability of yard space for the animal to get out and move around and go to the bathroom. And people think they can litter train them. And I know my first pigs, I tried to keep them in the house, and my litter boxes got bigger and bigger, and it was just impossible. So they don't make good apartment pets. They don't make good house pets. They need yard space. They need a place to go out. So one thing that I would say to someone considering a pet pig for a companion, because most people don't understand what a commitment they are, what are you going to do with that pet pig when you no longer want it, when you're moving and you don't want to take it or can't take it, or something happens to you that you can no longer have the pig? What are you going to do with that pig? Most animal control agencies, most humane societies and animal shelters will not take your pet pig. So you're going to have a pig that you're stuck trying to find a home for, and nobody wants an adult pet pig. So what are you going to do? People don't think. Sanctuaries are full. There's no easy answer anymore for pet pigs. Are you going to have the courage to do the right thing? Most people can't or won't do that. They'd rather give it to somebody to put in their freezer or use for dog bait than do the right thing for the animal. People don't understand what forever means anymore or a lifetime commitment. We live in a throwaway culture. We're off, we're done with it, we just get rid of it, we give it off to somebody else, and you're going to be stuck with an animal that you can't get rid of, except for somebody that's going to do something bad to it. So think about that.